Hi guys, it's Harvey from All Parts Pool and Spa. I got a real funny story to tell you, and I can't believe the man did it. I have this friend, her name's Pam. Know her for a long time. Anybody knows me. I really like her. She watches my dog when I go away and all kinds of things. We're just really good friends, okay? But anyway, she's taken this educational course on the Outer Banks, and a man is teaching them wiring, basic wiring. And I laughed my butt off. I did. I don't have much of a butt anyway, but I laughed my butt off. He told them the first night, if you ever touch an electrical wire, touch it with the back of your hand. And his theory is, just in case it has power, if you touch it with the back of your hand, you'll burn the back of your hand and you shouldn't get electrocuted. I'm not supporting this theory at all. I can see why he's saying it, because if you grab it, the voltage or the amperage going through your body, you can't move your muscles and you're just holding it. So I guess the theory is, his theory is, if you touch it with the back of your hand and it's live, yes, you're probably going to burn yourself. Yes, you probably can kill yourself, but at least you're not frozen there like a popsicle because you can't move. I just thought that was really, really funny. It's a hobby pick. It really is. It is comedy. The best comedy you could ever pick is watching the news. I would love to be a comic, and you can make a fortune just watching the news, and you can come up with this stuff that people say, including me, that are funny. I mean, you just gotta laugh about it. I am not supporting it. What I am supporting, I don't care if you think you turned off the breaker. There's only one true way to do it. You test the hot, you test the neutral, and you test the ground. So as argument's sake, if you're going for testing the hot and you test the neutral, how about if you got a broken neutral? Okay, this is why I always tell you, if you're swinging to 120 volts or 240, it doesn't matter. Test the hot, test the neutral, then leave one probe on the hot and go to the basic earth ground. Number one, you're checking to make sure you don't have voltage there. And what I would do, personally, I would turn on that supposedly breaker that turned it off and make sure you do have voltage there. Because how about if you don't have a ground or a neutral, but you got hot? You still got live wire there. So what I would do is first turn on the power and check for 120 or 240. Now, if I was checking 240, and I do it all the time, but I'm checking for 240, I go from one hot and I go to a ground or a neutral. And this way here, you're checking your neutrals and grounds at the same time. All right? So basically, it was a funny story. I had to tell it. Always use an electric meter. And if you still don't like it, have somebody else standing alongside of you that's not touching these wires. But always check for voltage. Always. Just show you that these basic meters are good. Don't get me wrong, they get you close. And say, argument's sake, you're looking for power at a light switch. I like these when I used to be out in the field. I'm still out in the field. I don't usually use these anymore because I'm in bigger and better things now, so I'm really into the stuff. But when I used to work for a maintenance company and looking for power at a switch or receptacle, because half the house is down, or a quarter of the house is down, I would just go through the receptacles without taking it apart and checking the voltage and the wiring, the ground, go to one of these cheap ones and just put it to the thing, touch it, and it would tell me basically if it had power. It didn't tell me if it had a broken neutral or ground, but it got me close. It would, it saved me time. It got me close. These detectors get you close. There's still other things you need to look for. Then you would go for the better meters. And if you're serious about electrical and finding out what your motors are truly doing and everything, you want one of these amp probes. I'll give you another example. If you have a motor that's thinking it's going and it's running on 220, you can check both leads, and if one leg is running higher than the other, more than likely your motor's going to go fail. Okay, they should run almost dead on. All right, so anyway, I had to express this, and he's teaching. I mean, he's actually teaching in a college class. That's what I'm saying about these YouTubes and everything. You never want to follow anybody, including me. They're basic tools to get you close. But I just couldn't believe the man said, if you're ever going to touch a wire, touch it with the back of your hand. I thought that was funny. Never do that. I never support that. I support testing voltage with a meter. Okay? Check it first. Turn off the power. Check it again. Make sure you got the right circuit breaker. I see it too many times where the people turn off the circuit breaker, which is labeled on the panel box, say spa or pool heater or something, and it's mislabeled, and they check it for power, and they go from the hot to the neutral, and there's no voltage. All right, and there's a problem with the neutral. So the person goes in and grabs the hot, and you start hearing a screaming person because he's getting electrocuted. I seen it, I heard it happen, and I used a stick to pull a man away. What happened? We had a broken neutral. So that's why I always like going from hot to neutral, then ground, checking for voltage, turning off the circuit breaker that you think is doing it, and doing the same thing to verify there is no voltage. If you have a voltage problem, don't assume that that breaker is off until you physically know with meters and checking it 6 times and then touching a wire. Again, read and understand all these owner manuals. Read and understand all your codes, your town codes. If you touch a wire nut, you need to be licensed and you need a permit. Okay? So for all these people that are touching wire nuts and you hire them out to say put a spa pack in, a pump, whatever, and they go in and they do wiring, legally they need to be licensed and they need to pull a permit. I can't stress that enough. It's all about safety and protecting yourself and protecting your home. Okay, guys? Again, just a little horror story that I really had to laugh about. I just found out about it, and I had to share it with my viewers that a man teaching a college class is saying something like that. Always use a meter. Don't use your brain in this theory. Take care, guys. Bye.